look at the one and only time Ncuti Gatwa is going to. I think it's probably. Do you think the Daleks are coming in season 2? I think it's unlikely. Dr. Alex is here doing Dr. Alex. Thank you for joining us. So here is the. We've got to look at that as well. Fine. This is the. Where is it? Again, Ncuti Gatwa's only interaction with Daleks. I think it's going to be the only one.
You can defeat the Daleks.
Oh, honey, finally, you are here. Right.
Is that Ncuti Gatwa or somebody doing his voice? Wait a minute. That sounds like somebody doing his voice.
Defeat the Daleks.
Oh, honey, finally, you are here. Right, so, introductions. On board this ship with you is a Dalek.
You humans think.
I mean, it could be him.
You can outwit the Daleks.
You think that's Ncuti Gatwa, or do you think that's a stand-in? I don't know. They're saying the 15th Doctor, but not Ncuti Gatwa.
Without your precious Doctor, humanity is helpless.
Right, Nick Briggs is putting in a great turn, obviously, but yeah.
Exterminate!
That to me sounded like here, we close the windows and get ready to open up a window about that. That sounded to me like that wasn't Ncuti Gatwa. I would be fascinated. Like fascinated beyond fascinated to find out. Yeah, let's look at just Doctor Who Escape Room. It's Dalek Awakens. There you go. Stop screen. Share screen. So give the gift of adventure this Christmas. Learn more about gifts. The Doctor needs you. A rogue Dalek, a spaceship on the verge of destruction. Sail on board the spaceship where a rogue Dalek is trapped in. It's not Ncuti Gatwa. They would be screaming about it being Ncuti Gatwa. It's not bloody Ncuti Gatwa. I don't think it is. Sail on board the spaceship. A rogue Dalek has tapped into the power systems in an attempt to recharge its weapons. Should the Doctor's most fearful energy be successful, it will eliminate all in its path. The Doctor's friends must prevent the catastrophe. Shutting down all the ship's power core will ensure the Dalek cannot activate its weapons. However, the ship's life support systems rely on the same energy source, meaning shutting down all the power will result in the death of 10,000 passengers. You have 60 minutes to find a way out of this impossible situation. You must defeat the Dalek to allow the spaceship to continue its journey to extermination. Let's look at Ncuti Gatwa's IMDb. I don't think that's Ncuti Gatwa. I don't think that's Ncuti Gatwa. IMDb. And maybe it is, okay? But I don't think it is. Actor, Barbie. Doctor Who tells the TARDIS master, yeah. But again, all these things are like blink and miss them. Look, he's only in 4 episodes. What? That's weird. Is in the Roses? What's that? Is this? Yeah, this is the War of the Roses. Like a reboot of it. I mean, a remake. I don't think that's Ncuti Gatwa. How much are tickets? Let's have a look. So the next show's at 8:30. Oh, there you've got pricing was right down there. Like £30, 35 for an hour. I don't know. It looks a bit shit to me, quite frankly. But how do you find out who the cast is, you think? Because I don't think that's Ncuti Gatwa. Games, parties, city hunt, escape rooms. Let's see if there's like a corporate thing listed. Escape room, Alice in Puzzle Land. Learn more. Let's learn more. Yeah, we're back there. Let's listen to that video again. I don't think that was Ncuti Gatwa. Might even be AI. Wouldn't that be hilarious? And a second.
You can defeat the Daleks.
Oh, honey, finally, you are here. Right, so, introductions. On board this
That is not Ncuti Gatwa. I bet you that's Jake Dubman. Let's listen again. I bet that's Jake Dubman.
Oh, honey, finally, you are here. Right, so, introductions. On board this ship with you is a Dalek.
He's got the U, right? That's not Ncuti Gatwa. Fuck me. That's an embarrassment. That's a real, genuine embarrassment. 1 second. Where are we up to? Wow. I'm really quite I'm quite shocked. Genuinely, I'm quite shocked. Yeah, I wonder who it was. Oh, 1 second. Let's look up the IMDb for Jake Dubman, because I think that's who it was. Jacob Dudman. If it is him, I will laugh. No. Upcoming, no. Okay, it was not listed on there either, on the IMDb, so maybe it's not. But that didn't sound like Ncuti Gatwa to me, mate. That did not sound like Ncuti Gatwa to me in any way, shape, or form. I will be frank. Right? And yeah, we've heard sound-alikes before. Yeah. Yeah, that's that's really Bizarroville. Right? Genuinely Bizarroville. Fuck. Okay, quick intro to the next section. We're going to be looking at the preview of the Christmas special. I wasn't overly impressed with it. So it's no great surprise, but I wasn't overly impressed with it. However, the BBC does not want anybody commenting on this whatsoever. They have copyright blocked everybody. Like, everybody from posting this long bit, I guess in fear that they're going to say, well, that doesn't look very good, right? Which is what's going on. So, I painstakingly, what I did was I took that section and I uploaded it to YouTube. And YouTube tells you when they're going to block something, right? And they say, you have content being used is blocked from, 4 minutes and 20 seconds to 4 minutes 45 seconds, right? And then they give you an option. You can either trim it out or you can dispute it. Dispute it is useless. Takes you 30 days, and it's just, you might win, you might not win. It doesn't really matter. If you want to put a video out, again, it is absolutely useless. So I normally just trim out the bits, but then when you click trim, it's got rather than that 20 seconds, it's got about 5 minutes, 5-10 minutes of stuff in different moments. So I painstakingly, every time they told me it was from this time to this time, I cut out just that bit, right? And I ran it through the system again and said, oh no, copyright block for another bit. So in the end, they cut out, I had to cut out about 3 minutes. I doubt that you've got any of the preview left, right? Go watch the preview, and then you will understand what I'm talking about. But the rest of it is still, it was how much was it? It was it was 38 minutes long or something like that, and I could just look. That would be 1 1 second. It was over here. How long was it? It was, 38 minutes long. And then after YouTube cut it around, it's down to 35 minutes long. So you lost 3 minutes. So what 3 minutes you lost, I don't know. Right, I don't know. If you see any weird jumps, that's what it's all about. Anyway, let me hand over to me from a few days ago. So Shooty Gat was Doctor Who, and you know what? He had this great idea. I'm going to play Doctor Who super queer. Well, who could have seen that coming, right? Only somebody who's anybody's ever seen Shooty Gat will do anything. So there's a new clip that's out. Well, let's set the scene. This is the second clip they released, right? This would be the first one they released. When was it? At the end of the season? Fine. So let's set the scene and see what we have coming up this Christmas. Written by Stephen Moffat. Don't think it's going to help, quite frankly.
Hi, it's me, Nicola Coughlin.
And again, I think I said this earlier, right? I think she's a generally talented person. I thought she was great in Derry Girls, right? That generally made me laugh because I think she's talented and funny. I've never seen Bridgerton. My impression is because she's fat, essentially, because she's a fat girl. She's being promoted because she's a she's like, they're not for the male gaze, no one's whacking off of her, right? Nobody, without a weird face. Very nice looking girl. Don't get me wrong. I hope she gets married and she has a wonderful sex life with her husband, right? I'm sure she will, right? But in terms of Western idealized beauty, she's not that, right? Millie Gibson is. She isn't. Nicola Bryant is. She isn't, right? Sydney Sweeney is. She isn't, right? I'm not. It's not a diss. Saying there's some women I don't want to come on their tits. Whenever I see them, it's not a diss. I'm sorry. No, I know. Women are like, really? You don't want to come on my tits, really? Oh, I feel bad. Don't feel bad, ladies. Don't look. In truth, the only tits I would come on is my wife's, right? And I don't, frankly. I don't see a green light for that anytime in the near future. It's like, how do you broach that conversation, right? I don't know. I guess you have to. I have to think about it, right? I do have to think about it. The Doctor has already has an alternative crystal doc lined up to go head to head with the BBC spews up. Oh, let me tell you, there's going to be a lot ahead in the one, whatever the BBC spews up has got Shooty Gat with it. Anyway, let's get back to Nicola Coughlin. Yeah, this was from Comic-Con, right?
So sad I can't be at San Diego Comic-Con with you all, but I hope you're having an amazing time. So I am
They were.
thrilled to be joining Doctor Who for the Christmas special this year, and I am so excited for you to meet my character Joy, a determined woman whose life is changed forever.
I fucking hate when say a determined woman. Oh.
Ever when she meets the Doctor.
She finds out she's gay.
I had the best time shooting this episode with Ncuti and the whole...
Couldn't care less how much fun he had. Literally, look, everybody hated Shooting the Abyss. I like that movie.
Whole crew. I cannot wait for you all to meet Joy. Now, before I go, I want to personally give you all a first look at the special...
You're not personally giving me anything, darling. For God's sake, this is a general video. Oh.
Coming this Christmas to Disney Plus and BBC iPlayer. Enjoy!
Again, I'm sure she's a nice woman. I think, like Shooty Gatwa, she's a purse puppy. Oh.
It's been hit. Don't think there'll be much left. Used to know someone who lived up that way. Long time ago.
There was a great scene in Master of the Air, which Shooty Gatwa was in, if you don't blink and miss him, where... it's like one of the American characters. They're in England during the and they're in this. He's basically has a hookup, right? And they're in the house overlooking on the outskirts of London, on the suburbs, and they're looking at the raid and the flames and the devastation going on. That was a really good take on it.
Woman, was it?
Two women, in fact.
Well, that doesn't surprise me.
Wait, what's that? Did we get a lesbian reference already?
Window, Basil. There's a war on.
Cathedral's been hit. Don't think there'll be much left. Used to know someone who lived up that way. Long time ago.
Woman, was it?
Two women, in fact.
Well, that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, okay, so, fine, obviously.
It's the end of everything, you know. Everything we hold dear, democracy itself, will fall.
Yeah, that's what happened if Trump didn't win. I agree with you.
And she's toasty in a pumpkin latte.
Everything gets worse with Ncuti Gatwa. It's really incredible. He brings down, just him walking in. It's this. Everything gets a bit worse with Ncuti Gatwa. The trotting nature of it is good. It does have that, like, you know, Christmas Day like impact, but man, Ncuti Gatwa is like nails on a fucking chalkboard. And if they lean into the gay, right, which they're going to because they can't help themselves, it's just going to turn people off. And that doesn't mean everybody hates gay people. No. It just means nobody's really interested in watching queer representation as they're digesting their 15th mince fucking pie. Okay, this is a real. I must have saw this when it came out. I must have reviewed it. I have no memory of this whatsoever.
Ham and cheese toasty and a pumpkin latte.
Who are you?
Wrong room. Never mind.
Yeah, I kind of preferred it when the Doctor like landed in places and like, you know, had to deal with the you know, Exelons and stuff. This was kind of better, I think. Honestly, I do. Okay, this is why it worked with the Matt Smithies and Capaldi and with Eccleston and Tennant, right? Because they were already competent doctors who you felt you might survive. I mean, I think that's important. But because I've only ever seen the Christmas episode, don't watch anymore. That Christmas episode was by far the best thing he's ever done because he wasn't in it much.
Do you have a room, please, just for the week? Single. Oh, does it show?
Room, I mean.
And yes, darling, it does show. To give her $20. Yeah, fuck me. Not really doing it for me. Again, I'm sorry. I want to be more upbeat about it, but it's like, I know. It's just not working. For me, it just doesn't work at all. I just find probably because I find Ncuti Gatwa was so incredibly annoying. Fine, so that was the preview. Let's see the new one that came out for Children in Need. Now, on the upside, this is far better than what they did last year for Children in Need. We have to agree.
Oh there, Ncuti Gatwa here.
Ncuti, why are you wearing a fucking dress? What's fucking wrong with you, mate? Put on a pair of stripes and get a costume and stick with it. That was your initial idea, and you should have put your bloody foot down, darling.
And I play the Doctor in Doctor Who.
First time I heard him refer to as the Doctor, not the 15th Doctor.
Here I am in my beautiful TARDIS. And
it's shit, your TARDIS. It is genuinely shit.
It is an honor to be here on Children in Need Night. The best cause.
It's not the best cause. I mean, he actually delivered the line just now. Oh, and he wasn't talking about sucking a dick or anything.
The Doctor would approve, and I'd like to give you all a treat to celebrate the hard work you put into Children in Need. So, I'm getting a little timey-wimey.
Okay, and does anyone... Look, here's the thing. Doctor Who is a failing show on a failed network, right? Is Children in Need... Anybody watch it still? I think their association with BBC is probably a bad idea at this point. It probably hurts their charity because everybody hates the BBC that much.
Yeah, and I'm going to bring you Christmas in November. Here, just for you, is a clip from the brand new Doctor Who.
He'll be really good as a companion, or he'll be great as a character isn't a Doctor. Like, he could even be, you know, the Corsair, right? That was introduced in the Moffat years, right? He could totally be good as that. But the Doctor, you know, Jimmy should be an asexual character. Right. I don't know what to tell you. Right? Doctor should be an asexual character. Okay, 1 second.
Christmas special, and the episode is called Joy to the World. I hope you like it, and please do keep supporting Pudsey tonight if you can.
Okay, I'm not supporting Pudsey because I just wouldn't support anything the BBC suggests. I think we're probably going to I'm surprised Pudsey isn't having his furry tackle, wedding tackle cut off to make him into a girl. Right? I don't know what you're going to do with the money. I don't trust any of you. Giving to charity is a good thing, though. I wouldn't give to anything the BBC is supporting. It'll probably go straight to bloody Hamas. Don't trust them, right? Don't trust them. Will I like this show? No. I wish Stephen Moffat would just go ahead and write a romantic comedy, which is what he clearly... A sci-fi romantic comedy. He would really enjoy doing that.
And thank you. Have fun. Goodbye.
I nearly got away without kissing, but okay.
Wherever there's a corporation, there is PR. They just can't stop themselves.
Okay, wait. So they're talking about corporations being the bad guy. Russell, mate, you suck Disney and BBC's cock constantly, right? You love corporations. All you socialists love corporations, right? I like this idea that you're anti-corporation is just so laughable. Right? You love corporations. But no, I'm going to make corporations a bad guy. Really? Again, so why do you hang on there every bloody word?
Evil must logo.
Conflict solutions.
Villain Guard. Biggest arms manufacturer.
Wait, that was the arms manufacturer from his episode. Boom, wasn't it?
Manufacturer in recorded history, very old enemies of mine.
Why would a weapons manufacturer?
Again, I don't know. I mean, I think they did it way better with on audio. In fact, audio visuals before Big Finish, Conglomerate.
I want to make a start.
And then they brought that back to go against Tom Baker, right? And they cast David Warner as the person. Who was in David Tennant's last story? Yeah, what? I think it was. Let's see if I can pull that up. Come on, there we go. There. I was not the woman, the bloke. I am really sure that was him. 1 second. Yeah, a sane person would just look up the credits. Not me. Oh no. Was it 10th Doctor, right? Here we go. Specials, doink. End of time. I'll start with part 1 because I'm pretty sure it's in part 1. Honestly, I think the production values here were better. Maybe it was part 2 he's in. Oh yeah, this is the same bloke.
Country, I am choking in this thing. I'm sorry.
Oh, by the saints, that's better.
Oh, these people are so flat.
But what do we do?
Okay. Is it the same? I think it's the same guy. Hang on.
A star seed.
To the communication interface for user convenience.
If a star seed goes boom anywhere on Earth at any point in history, it will burn every living thing.
See, this is where Ncuti falls apart when he tries to there's no baritone. There's no steel there behind the voice, right? It's not. This is where he can't convey it.
Tell that to your users.
Valengard respects the collateral sacrifice made by all participating innocent life forms, regardless of race, species, or belief system.
The thing is, you've got your sums all wrong. I've been scanning your starseed and you don't have enough time, nowhere near enough time to grow.
Yeah, he's not very good at selling being able to being special effects. I mean, look, it's Jurassic Park level. That's a physical effect? I don't think it's a model. But the dinosaur's now got the energy in it or something. Honestly, the Nicola Coughlan, again, I think she's probably a lovely person, but like, the companions are there to be hot. Right? I hate to be the one to break this to you. Oh, no, guys, yes! Yes! I get they're there to be hot. And yeah, they're not, essentially. Here we got some. I think he's talking about it over here. No, 1 second. Where was it? Something about Stephen Moffat building law, which must be about the Vanguard. Yeah, world building. There you go. Bleeding cool, but it didn't come up there before. Here we go. Share screen. I wish Big Finish would be. I wish I would record like 5 Tom Baker Christmas stories and like release one every year, like in like a fun Christmas story. Because this is just sad. You know, it really is. This Friday, Children Need. By the way, I had no idea Children Need was coming up. This took me as a surprise. I heard about it on Dan Stream, like on Thursday. I was like, I had no idea. Right? Like, there's no excitement about anything anymore. Having a Doctor Who event this time. This event this time previewing the year's upcoming Christmas special Joys to the World. Now, they've done that before. Hang on 1 second. List of Children in Need Doctor Who segments. Children, maybe Children in Need. They're going to go for all the different ones they've done. So, okay, yeah, they do. Look at this. Fine. So in 2006, the series was presented with a special concert of music from the series, which later condensed as part of Doctor Who Condensed. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good idea of what to do. 1 second. Since the arrival in 2007, there was another mini episode. Produced to link last time it was the Voyage of the Damned. Yeah, that was fun. Where he winds back the ship coming through the TARDIS wall. That was that. I enjoyed that. And it was Time Crash, right? That's what with and they explained why Peter Davison looked older. That really worked well. That was great. So that's 2007. 2008. There was insufficient time for production to prepare an original production, according to Rusty Davis writing Doctor Who, although there were subsequent media rumours of potential reunion of surviving Doctors. Ultimately, the show's contribution consists of a pre-credits teaser from the comic special, The Next Doctor. Yeah, so this is bigger than that, I think, probably. 2009, Davis writing in Doctor Who magazine hinted about possibly of a further mini-episode produced in 2009. Ultimately, it did not occur. Instead, a specially packaged preview clip from TV, The End of Time, was announced and broadcast during the November 20th appeal. Fine. So 2010, a preview of Christmas Carol. So this seems to be more normal than not, right? 2011, we got a mini episode, Naked Truth, featuring 11th Doctor, written by Stephen Moffat, broadcast as a preview for the Doctor, Widow, and the Wardrobe. I don't remember that one at all. In 2012, both a prequel and a trailer for forthcoming Christmas special. The prequel was entitled The Great Detective and it introduced Matt Smith and Jenna Louise Coleman. Okay. A preview of Dare the Doctor in 2013. preview of the last script. That's not really a preview. Preview of the Husband's River song. Preview of the Return of Dr. Mysterio. As well as Looking for Pudsey, which features the 12th Doctor. Preview. Okay, it's normally a preview. People are bitching, they shouldn't be. Right? And then they skipped it for the Jodie years, apparently. Was it 2018? And as Doctor Who Surprise was released alongside a preview of Kablam. And then, they skipped it until Jodie was gone. Destination Skaro. Shit! Preview of Joy to the World. Okay, so, it's not as lackluster as it does appear. You see a K there. Now go away. There you go. This time briefing Christmas Special Joy to the World. The script by a former showrunner, Stephen Moffat, his 15th script for Doctor Who, and might be his biggest, which might be the biggest number of scripts a single writer contributed to the series in the 60-year history. Well, that's an interesting stat. I didn't know that. Joy to the World guest stars Bridgerton and Big Mood star Nicola Coughlan as Joy of the Title. Moffat just loves puns with his characters. Now, it's a very on-the-nose, though. And Moffat brings back a recurring villain that he created in the series for the story. Villain Guard again. Yeah, I thought they were the bad guys from Boom. Even just a short clip, Moffat brings back the villain he created and has been the only writer to keep them in Doctor Who. He, just like he's been the only writer to take River Song and its Gibson from the entire art, well, it's his character. And he was showrunner. I mean, duh. The Doctor, manager of the Doctor and Death and Afterlife since he created the Vinegar Corporation is a galaxy and century-spanning evil arms manufacturing corporation. I mean, that's a good idea for a villain, frankly. It's not a single evil person, but a faceless corporation entity that uses and destroys people. Again, if this show wasn't so intensely corporate, they would have a point. But it is intensely corporate. They last appeared in the first season, Boom, but they did appear again as a landmine, so overseen by Willingard, borrowing factor, blah, 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 blah. But I don't think they've only been in that episode, right? I can see something about the Christmas special Moffat told Southeast, BBC Southeast a few days ago in an interview. Imagine that in the far, far future, a hotel chain can get hold of the idea of time travel. What's the first thing a hotel would do with time travel? They'll realize they had an opportunity to sell unsold nights or in their own hotel's history. Again, that just sounds really dumb to me. I'm sorry. I did that. That's what we're going to do with time travel. Okay. Looks like a hotel chain can be owned by Villengard in Stephen Moffat's Doctor Who universe. Evil corporations are most persuasive evil of all. At least the Daleks are more honest about their intentions. Here it looks like, exactly, you're all completely under the thrall of social media companies, all of you. Here it looks like Villengard is using to create a power source for time travel by hatching it 65 million years ago, which means they might have wiped out the dinosaurs for the sake of profit. Well, what, them along with the Terminus, and also Slipback, I think, didn't it? So the Terminus was the Big Bang? No, them along with the Earthshock spaceship, right? Beryl Reed's ship. Does anyone say that to make an anti-capitalist statement? I think he probably did. He's just drawing stuff he read in the news for entertainment. Okay, the news is corporate. How can you have an anti-capitalist statement with stuff inspired by incomplete corporate capitalism? And even corporations are perfectly providing endless plot ideals for fun and satire that just happens to fit into Doctor Who perfectly. I do agree with that, actually, as it happens. I know, but again, the drag factor of, no pun intended, of shooting Gatwa is considerable, right? I just don't think you can crawl out over that, right? I really don't think you can crawl out. Oh, yeah, we should look at this story as well. This is just another bit of dumbness. Oh, Miss Lisa Pertwee-Girl said, how you doing, Mr. Lisa Pertwee-Girl? I hope you're having a good night. As in Digby Strawbridge. Hello, Digby Strawbridge. The Guardian of Chaos, right? This new product line Valentine Dahl. So they're saying, oh, they're going to have the Black Guardian in series 2, series 5, whatever it is, right? But they've renamed it the Guardian of Chaos because the Black Guardian is associating the word black with evil. Right, so that's the Guardian of Chaos. Now, he wasn't always the Guardian of Chaos. They made him Guardian of Chaos in the Big Finish production, Key to Time. There was a 2, not T-O. And honestly, this realization of him with the little birdie head on him, it's not very good, right? It's not very good, but just like, oh God, the wokeness everywhere in everything all the time. So they bring back Black Guardian. Who gives a shit? Oh, who gives a shit? Let's see if I can find the Big Finish one. I mean, is the Big Finish website working any quicker than when it was? Because, man, ever since they had their troubles, oh, God, does it drag its ass. So I can pull up Key to Time. And then they had Graceless, which was the spinner. Instead of the tracer was these 2 reasonably hot twins. And they spun them off into their own series. And just kind of, I was with them for a while, but they just kind of got repetitive, I'm afraid. Oh, yeah, they got a new classic Doctor's New Monsters coming out. Yeah, let's look at that. For out. Key to Time. There you go. So this was Keep on the Chaos Pool. So this was a 3-story thing with, I forgot, they had a lot of wood in it. Is this the first, second, or third one? I can't remember. 632. It's not bad. That's not bad at all. But who played the Black Guardian? It was David Troughton, right? And it was in this that they said it was the Guardian of Chaos. Right, that's where that came from. So, I don't know, who gives a shit? It's basically where, oh yeah, once again, look, they've got a new... so when I first say a new classic Doctors, new monsters, and I kind of swore off this range after 2 releases ago. I was like, But like, I do like, I like the collection of Doctors there. Like Paul McGann, Sylvester McCoy, Tom Baker, and I do like Michael Troughton's second Doctor. But then I saw it's got Carvanista in. Oh, fuck off. Although they do have the monks in it. I do like the Pyramid Monks, but I can't look Carvanista. I'm sorry, I'm not paying to for more Jodie era, right? It's not happening. Forecast audio drama box set. I mean, even if it's great, for me, you can't tie it into that. Especially Flux, which was generally speaking, everybody thought was shit. The 5th forecast audio drama, classic Doctors, New Monsters. Why can't we have these 4 Doctors having a Christmas special each instead? Faithful Friends is a new box set. Will comprise of 4 adventures, pitting classic era Doctors against monsters created for the post-2005 series, and the 2 stories will feature a Big Finish debut of the Ruthless Krillitane. Okay. When the 10th Doctor encountered on the 2006 episode of School Reunion, the Krillitane appeared to be as demonic bats, but their power to adapt their appearances and abilities or species they conquer, what form will they take when they meet the 2nd Doctor and the 7th Doctor? Okay. Interesting idea. What are we up to? So this is called Faithful Friends. It's available. It's £25 a download. You're not getting me on that one, mate. When's it coming out, I wonder? Krillitane features Michael Troughton, Fraser Hines, and Wendy Pavley. See, that makes it kind of interesting. As the TARDIS lands in a research base where disturbing experiments are being carried out. It's by John Dorn. It's probably not a bad story at all. And the Krillitane Eric Sylvester McCoy as the 7th Doctor alongside Sarah Griffith as Ray. What? Reprising the role from the 97 Delta and the Bannerman. What? At the time, the production team considered making Ray a Doctor Companion, and this said she is. That's really weird. Have they ever done that before? That's really weird. But I don't think she played Ray in this one, did she? No, they just go. Oh yeah, that's a really weird idea. See, Big Finish does that a lot now. These weird ideas that don't really kind of come together. The Crediting Relic stars Colin McFarlane, recently returning to the Whoniverse spin-off series, The War Between Lands, he couldn't care less, and features the Big Finish Deborah Dame Sheila Hancock, who was appeared as Dr. Helen A. in the Seventh Doctor. How many of this? Fine. Man, did she enjoy that? She was in the behind the sofa on the Blu-rays. She really loved that story. It was a good story. I mean, the special edition is excellent. Writer John says the Krillitane are always a fascinating monster, and the unique abilities still traits from other species, but also means they're really challenging to bring back because by definition they have to do something different with them every time. So my approach to writing these was to watch the TV episode, read the books, and then studiously avoid them. Look for new angles. You've got a traditional Troughton based Under Siege story with a monster on the loose, and the Seventh Doctor meeting an old friend with another old friend. But with the Krillitane, they are what they're up to this time. You just have to wait and see. The other two stories of the box set feature the Fourth Doctor, Louise James and K9 meeting up with Lupari. Sorry, no. And Paul McGann versus the Monk. I probably would have liked that one as well. When's it out? It's available pre-order, but when's it come out? January. This really should have been a December release, I think. Yeah, it's like the Wool part. It was just such a bad. It was actually a bad part. That was a bad part of Jodie. Holy crap! It was. That's the one that sinks it. I'm sorry. Man. So it's Tom Baker with the. I mean, truth is, Tom Baker does go well with that. But like, I don't know. I don't want to be a part of that universe. I got enough. I don't really need to. What is coming out this month? I really want to give this a try. They got the first part for free. I like the idea of Karnaki with the Seventh Doctor. Might be good. Warmaster Future Phantoms. I think I'm done with the Warmaster range now. Who's writing this one? Jonathan Barnes, James Goss, Lizzie Hopley, and Tom. I mean, they got good writers. What's the idea behind one? For decades, there have been rumors of St. Simon's College whispers of doors that somehow open, that somehow appears once a year in the depths of the building. Some claim it leads to a set of rooms owned by a long-forgotten master of the college. And if you happen to meet him, he'll invite you in to hear his story. They have been just degenerated to ghost stories a little bit, I'm afraid. Shame, because Derek Jacobi is freaking excellent. I love Derek Jacobi, but this range is past its sell-by date now. But yeah, there's no real Christmas release here. Oh, is this November? I meant to look at December. Oh, God, go away. Months of future, piss off. Yeah, I mean, if Audacity wasn't such a nails on a chalkboard awful character, I'd be interested in this. This one I am interested though. The Curse of Time, yeah, this one I'm gonna get. And so what's the platinum bundle? Okay, we got whoa. How much stuff is there? Fine, this is the most expensive one, I think. So what do you get here? Something as a foot. This special gold bundle comes with limited edition T-shirt. No. Brochure, CD, and download. It's strictly limited 25 copies. Oh, God. That's what it is. I don't want the bundle. I don't want a bundle. I see they've all sold out anyway. Okay, so you can buy T-shirts with it. Oh, how much is it? I'm not spending 50 fucking bucks on this. How about no bundle? I don't want the bundle. Okay, 60. Now, is this video, or is it going to be? Is it just recorded on the day? Why didn't they just put out a video of it, or even like video edited highlights? I am kind of into getting this. I know. Anyway, Fourth Doctor story and the War Doctor. I think they're the ones I would go for. So anyway, Millie Gibson was at not Facebook, video melting down of the wokies in general. Millie Gibson was at the London Comic Con over the weekend, and was pretty much delightful throughout. Right, she posted pictures. Sadly, it was not a well-run event. But here, one thing, I got some footage of her. Do share screen. Here we go. Right. The clip is called "Millie is Awesome."
I really enjoyed you from Doctor and Coronation Street.
Thank you, that means a lot.
I was just wondering, when we filmed the realistic scene for Coronation Street, did that help with the green screen?
Oh, she's having a real chat with this person. I think it's really nice.
When I got on there for the episode Boom, I was like, guys, I've done this before. I've worked on a volume wall before, and they were like, oh, what? I was like, Corey, of all things.
Corey had a volume wall? Okay.
So it was really familiar setting, and yeah, it was a lot more advanced at Doctor
Well, I can understand him focusing on her boobs. I mean, they are magnificent, but I would like to see her face.
Who, but Corey still warmed me up for that. So yeah, it was great. Thank you so much for asking that.
There you go.
I've got a monster design. I was wondering if I could give it to you to give to Russell if you ever see him.
Yes, of course.
It's just a
oh my gosh, I will get this to you.
Did he say he's got a monster design? Right? That he wants to give to Russell? Really? Well, that's just okay. You're lying, but it's like I assume you're lying, but you're just really being really nice about it.
I'm honest. Thank you so much for that. Thank you.
It's amazing to meet you.
No, have an amazing day. Thank you.
Bye.
See you at the
Bye.
There you go. Oh, there's her having. Well, this must be before the incident, right? Because she's putting her arms around people, and that is a short skirt. Again, I'm not saying she had it coming because she was wearing a skirt. No, but man, she did look hot, right? She did look hot. Wait. Yeah, this was what she was wearing, and she does look very hot. I don't know what to tell you, mate. I mean, she just does. In fact, somebody sent me this the other day. Let me pull this up. Doink. Where was it? Yeah, I mean, this was from 2 years ago. But somebody just said it to me. I was like, really? 1 second. There we go. Share screen. Coronation Street's Millie Gibson looks worlds away from Keely Neenan as she transforms into Pamela Anderson in leather. Right? I mean, like, yeah, she's looking pretty darn good in these pictures. All right? Hubba. That's all I can say. Yeah, look, I mean, she certainly has a cleavage to make that work. So that was kind of like, and again, I'm not saying, oh, she's got it cut. She don't. No, absolutely not. But she's very hot. I mean, that's what makes the story funny, because she's like so crazily hot. Okay, so fine. Let's where is this? I also heard the story about a fan being weird with Millie Gibson at a convention. It's sad that I kind of expect it. I really didn't expect it. I mean, it sounds like somebody was like feeding up her ass, or like his hands went wandering when they're taking a picture. Like, what the fuck's wrong with you to do that? I mean, like, okay, that's why my first. I imagine if I'm having to do with my son, who felt up Millie Gibson after he paid for a picture for her, I'm like, what the fuck's wrong with you? That would be my first response, right? It shouldn't be so common, but some people really don't know how to behave. I think it's this entire bloody generation of like deeply sexually confused people who don't know, what the hell's going on, and just angry and frankly spinning out of control. So Thanos goes on saying, obviously I don't know full context, but a fan put his arm around her, and let's just say it was too far down. So he grabbed her ass, essentially. And then every subsequent picture, there was a strict policy of against hand contact, and honestly, totally understandable. She apparently was very freaked out about it. Again, trooper that she carried on. But apparently the whole thing was run atrociously from start to finish. Showmasters proving once again they are not equipped to hold a larger celebrity photo shoots. Overbooked, overcrowded, and overstaffed. We've got a report over here. My mum and I just met shooting out with Millie Gibson and Michael Sheen and got some great photos we'll share later. But I have to say that the LCC Winter, London Comic Con Winter, is the worst convention I've ever been to. It's pretty bad, right? Well, I don't know how many they've been to. Maybe they haven't been to many. Right? I don't know. Was it one of the male feminist wiz? I'm sure it was. I am 100% sure it was. All right? Accessibility was appalling too. My mum came with me. We booked this before her operation happened. Blimey. And so she had both her usual walking stick and an arm in a sling. She wasn't given an accessible entrance and was forced to walk around the entire building to get in. Yeah, it was sounds like a shit show, right? The photo queues, man. They queued up disabled and diamond, and then it turned out disabled hadn't been put at the front, and we watched a bunch of people who just showed up and got let in for photos instantly, while my mum and many other disabled folk were stuck in them in queues. I'm genuinely appalled. Showmasters have to make these events run better and show more consideration for disabled guests. My mum was not happy for 90% of the convention. I completely understand. I don't think we'll be attending another one soon. Yeah. It sounds like an absolute shit show, right? Sounds like an absolute shit show. You know why? Because it's run. Look, everything's run by the insane wokies, right? And they're insane and they're useless. I don't know what to tell you. So yeah, look, there's a general meltdown going on, which we're going to be looking at right now, about and people leaving Twitter to go to Blue Sky. Was it? No. Okay, this isn't about that. I think it is up here somewhere. Probably, yeah. Oh, 1 second. I know the image I wanted. It was a message. Somebody sent an image of who was it? Of what's going on Blue Sky? That the Blue Sky people were like, what's going on? There's too many. Here it is. We grab that. Yeah, there's too many woke people being arseholes everywhere. If I click over here, we go. Doink. That. Now I've totally lost my place where I am. There we go. So again, this is Mr. Trilby being, I don't know, like just lying through his teeth, and I can't really work out why, other than he's a bad person. But like, I really can't work out what's in it for him here. It's really, really bizarre. But no, this is indicative of the general meltdown that's going on, and there is a general meltdown. It's a particularly crazy one. 1 second. Don't turn my camera back on. I know whether or not there's more Doctor Who under Disney Plus after Donald Trump's election win is not the top of anyone's agenda, but Disney might think twice about putting money into a show that has a black queer lead and a gay head writer now. You're not wrong there. I have to tell you, I'm actually agreeing with Mr. Trilby, but for very different reasons, right? It's the mood of the world has shifted, right? People are not interested in diversity and representation, right? It is idiotic, racist, stupid nonsense. And really, that's the only way to describe it. It is this anti-bigotry is pure 100% bigotry, and it just results in disaster. I'm sorry. I don't think Ncuti would have got the role if he was white, right? White and straight. I don't think somebody white is even being considered for the role, right? Or even white and straight, right? I think it's all about telling queer stories, and it's a failure. Here's the thing: we've been gaslit for years that anybody who says that people with penises, generally speaking, aren't men. People aren't women, I should say. We've been told, no, you're archaic, and there's none of you. You're a dying breed. Found out we're actually in the majority. Turns out we're actually in the vast fucking majority, right? As I think it's going to be, you're going to find out in England in the next few years, hopefully sooner rather than later. But yeah, we're not just in the majority, we're in the vast majority, and just on a corporate level, there's the popular vote has gone for Trump, right? It's over. You can't say these are not popular. Your diversity and inclusion and the trans representation are things that will be financially viable, because they're not, right? We know that categorically not, and that's why everybody is retreating from them very fast. The View, for goodness sake, they're looking for a Trump support to join them, right? And so yeah, I agree with them. I don't think Disney's going to want to lose money the way they have been. This is a pure lie, right? Well, the next thing it says, also, Varada Sithu of Indian descent is very outspoken against the genocide in Palestine. Absolute nonsense here. So I went, really? I had no idea, right? So I thought, well, I hope that's not the case. So that'd be a very bad idea. So Varada Sithu, Palestine. Let's see what that Google search brings up, shall we? And the first thing that comes up is the answer to everything. Hang on, share screen. Nothing. There is no connection between Varada Sithu and Palestine other than that tweet from a few days ago. Right? None whatsoever. Here, we'll go even better. We'll go to Grok. X.com. Grok. Has rather spoken out on Palestine. Let's have a look. Yeah, one post. Look at that. Look at that. There have been mentioned on social media about has spoken out against genocide and Palestine, indicating vocal issue because of this one guy. Mr. Yeah, completely lied. These sentences come from X posts found on X. However, for a comprehensive understanding of views on the statements, it would be beneficial to look directly at sources of statements. Yeah, there is just made it up. Like literally just made it up. And it's the weirdest thing. But the weird thing is, like, there is a general meltdown going on, right? Here we go over here, Twink. And there really is. It's like, and it's, they predicted there'll be a huge mental health. Look, finally, we're actually agreeing. Maybe, I don't know. I can't imagine going against a Labour government, right? But this general meltdown is this Jeremy Clark's clip was very good. Basically, Jeremy Clarkson's face this snooty, idiot, lying BBC reporter. I'm just asking questions, right? And he says, "Listen to this idiot," right? And the crowd goes, "Yeah," and we all see right through these morons. Right? If Jeremy Clark wants to be the face of the farming process, he needs to make an actual case rather than simply spout classic BBC, the legitimate, simple questions. He answered the question, but the questions were not legitimate. All right. What's this thing? Things were talking about Jeremy Clarkson. Oh, God, no. You see, he's like a dog without a bone. He gets excited. Yeah, okay, this is a great example, right? So you got this, whoever says, why not campaign to remove the right? Why not campaign to remove the right of farmers to protest? You're seriously deluded if you think you're anything else than an authoritarian wannabe, right? So they're saying, this seems to be pro-farmer, right? And so this person says, this you, talking to the Jester Oil, you are absolute scum. You're not winning any support for Jester Oil. You are, in fact, turning big. Like, comparing the farmers who are having their livelihood ripped away from them by callous people who don't understand what they're doing, who are just stupid, right? They're probably cosplaying Hero Delusion. So they've been running to this thing called Blue Sky, right? This is so James Driver's open account Blue Sky for some reason. I have no idea. Izzy, let's get this clump blocked and chased off here. No terse on Blue Sky. James Driver is one of the most spiteful UK terse. Probs in part to his failing career. Except they can never leave their insults into one area. It's got to grow and grow and grow. Right? People are nuts, right? Absolutely nuts. So you know what this? But yeah, let's see woke is in the wild, right? Let's see how this is really going down. Well, first, let's look at this. It's so fun. So again, they're all running to this this app called Blue Sky, which fantastic. Oh, closing your accounts. Like Mark Hamill's gone there. Oh, it's like a bloodletting of bad disease blood is all going out. So Blue Sky now, because they got like a gazillion billion weirdos on there now who have been dying to be authoritarian since Twitter became normal. So this was when? November 16th. Right, in the past 24 hours, we have received more than 42,000 reports as an all-time high for one day. We're receiving about 3,000 reports an hour. To put that into context, in all of 2023, we received 360,000 reports. So how many is it? Well, okay. So somebody's not good at math off the top of my head. So hang on. All right. So 360,000. Well, how many days are there in here? 300 and something. How many days in the year? Look at that. 365? Yeah, 365. Divided by 365. Well, that's weird. So they get so they normally get just under 1,000 a day. And now they're getting 42. Okay, so it's grown by a volume of 42. Bloody hell, that's a lot. We're triaging in the large queue. Most harmful content, such as CSAM, is quickly being removed, right? So yeah, let's go look at this account in general. Libs of what do you think will come first in 25? A new Drake album or an RFK-induced measles epidemic? And RFK replied, "Me inside your mother." No, that wasn't RFK. That can't have been RFK. But it'd be great if he was. Protecting all trans children with paraphilers. Don't talk to children about paraphilers. I do. Okay. It's just weird. Okay, let's look at one of the wokers on the wall. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Who is the wokers on the wall? And just a little trip through it sees how crazy he is. If the Senate House Republicans release the Matt Gaetz report, then I'll release the reports about them. You just told the world that you're covering up for lots of sex crimes. Okay. Don't forget their accomplices. Oh God. Anytime he can be anti-Semitic. And this is the wokers. They can't help themselves from hating Jews, right? We just can't help themselves from hating Jews. Keir Starmer needs to resign next 3 months, says Elon Musk's father. I don't know what he's got to do with it. But again, look at the insane twisted way they look at the world. I have been wondering what a South African racist who fathered a child with his stepdaughter had been accused of domestic abuse by his ex-wife thought about British politics. So it's good that LBC enlighten us all. Yeah, it's all ad hominem attacks. That's all they can do. We're going to get to that story in a minute. Right? It's all ad hominem attacks. No, mate, Doctor Who is explicitly against people like Elon Musk. 100% wrong. Right? Elon Musk is doing more to make the planet better than I think any other human being, to extend the human species. Space is for him, not for all in his eyes. You're absolutely wrong. Again, but this guy just lies and lies and lies and lies and lies and lies and lies. Do we need a British Elon Musk? Yes, you do. It's just like, it's a bizarre of like insanity, man. This is not a good picture, right? This is just not a good picture. What else is it? So yeah, he's mad that the right-wing people are mad about the files. Here's the thing: Labour are cunts, right? Labour are cunts. Jeremy Clark, again, he goes on this tirades about them. Yeah, this one. Oh, this is where I start. I got cut off last time. Somebody wanting that wanting to support the farmers, and then somebody else saying you're hypocrite scum because you didn't support the Just Stop Oil people because they are scum. Socialist EU. Oh, this is it, right? Okay. This one I thought, we really have to talk about this. So here, let's watch this clip, and then we'll look at what the response is to it. And again, this is the general just unraveling of reality. It really is, because and you watch them get more and more bonkers as time goes on.
The government. But which is such a weird thing to say. I used to think it was the Obama administration, but boy, Obama during this Kamala Harris administration, it changed my opinion of that guy.
Really? Did you have a high opinion of him before?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did, just as an intelligent...
You see, that's the thing. Once you break the spell, it's broken forever.
Person, right? A statesman. I felt like he's probably like... caught up in the system. It's very difficult to make real meaningful change. You think you're going to do something, and then you get into office and you're like, oh God, what a fucking quagmire this place is. But watching him just straight up lie about Trump, the thing that got me was that very fine people thing, the white supremacist thing. They just kept
again, once you see through one thing, it all crumbles.
Trying to say that he was a racist, which is this thing that I think worked in like 2017.
Yeah.
Worked in 2020.
I think it worked back then. I don't think it works anymore. I don't think people believe it anymore. I think that...
And that's the point, right? And that's why this great unraveling is going on.
We've gotten numb to all this stuff.
Well, it's the sky is falling thing, right?
Yeah.
It's like, cry wolf or whatever. It's like, you guys can only call me a fascist so many times. I mean, like the New York Times wrote that article a couple years ago, right?
I mean, again, it was amazing. That thing on Piers Morgan, the leftists were saying they never called Trump a Hitler.
Where I'm like, it was the front of the coffee cup where it's like, do you want Trump 2024? Do you want low taxes? Do you want this? Do you want that? I'm like, I want all that. Sounds good. And like, you can only call me a fascist, racist, asshole. I mean, to be fair, like I can float into the asshole category relatively easy, but
yeah, I think I could be pretty much there myself.
You can only call.
So that's the clip this man posted, right? And let's hear what he actually say about it. How are we supposed to combat this? Trump did both sides. Trump did both sides of the Charlottesville rally. Oh, he did say it's completely out of context. He said they're fine people on both sides. And the next sentence, or next paragraph, which was the next sentence, said, and obviously I'm not talking about the white supremacists or the KKK, which must be absolutely disavowed, Like, if you hear that thing, there's no way you could hear that speech and come out with the context he was praising white supremacists, right? He was condemned at the time by Republicans, including Marco Rubio, because they just relentlessly lied and they screamed. The noise doesn't work anymore. How did this become an example of lying from the left? Because it was a lie. This is what you got to understand. His name's Dork, right? You got to understand. It was a lie, and you believed a lie, right? Yes, it was a lie. What's it? Any more examples? So this is more about the Millie Gibson being groped. We talked about that before. It's Trump's removing all restrictions on armed sales to Israel. Well, I like that a lot. I wish I could find him talking about Israel. It's always fascinating when he talks about Israel, right? Because he's so like vehemently anti-Semitic. It's so bizarre. And it's always a way, right? It's always the same way. Actually, did I save that as a screen grab? I think I might have done, actually. Doink. Yeah, here we are. Fine. See, I saved that. Didn't have to go looking for it. I was a schmuck that I am. So we have we'd have this guy called Jeremy Slevin comes in and says we're to have a whole disco about special interest groups that completely leaves out the corporate and industry laws by far the most influential groups in the Democratic Party. Fine. So people want to talk about members of Congress who are being overly influenced by special interest groups, pushing wildly unpopular agenda that pushes voters away from the Democrats. They should be discussing AIPAC. Now that is true. AIPAC, yeah, they have a lot of control with the Democrats. It's weird. I don't understand why. Right, but it's also that because the Democrats called in this radical leftist group into the thing who hate Jews, did like Mr. TARDIS, right? Hates Jews, obsessed by like Owen Jones, right? Obsessed by Jews and hates Jews. Incredible. So then someone quite rightly says AOC is blaming the Jews for the Democrats losing the House, Senate, and White House. Color us shocked. Exactly. Right, exactly. So then this guy comes in calling AIPAC the Jews as anti-Semitic. AIPAC is the Jews, you schmuck. Right? And of course, he can never resist sharing that. So, you know, the great unraveling continues, right? So this was, okay, so this was, again, and you see the meltdown go on, back and forth on my review of FSX, which had what's that word? The Wizard of Oz movie with that a wicked cover, right? And my point was that the woman starring in it, whilst I'm sure was talented and totally capable of doing the role, was only cast because she was black, right? Only cast to, and they're like, but she's green, you silly. I'm like, no, you know she's black. I know she's black. We all know she's black, right? It was done to make white liberal people feel like they're good people, right? That was the goal going on behind it. And so, yeah, so Dalekzilla came and commented. I think he's deleted his comments now, which is funny. So since you admit you don't know anything about the musical Wicked, I don't. Just thought a lot of education. Marxists love to educate others, don't they? Are in order. Production of musicals around the world have featured a white woman, black woman, Asian woman, and a woman of other ethnicities, and that's because, you know, whatever her name is green. Yeah, I understand. My point is this: most famous production of it, they have the character played by a black woman, so you can feel like you're a good person, right? Yeah, I'm sorry. It doesn't matter how talented she is. You don't care. You care that she's a black person more than how talented she is, right? Because you want to feel like you're a good person, right? So it doesn't matter what her skin color is. No, it does to you. Is an actress portraying her. They chose Cynthia Inverno because of her amazing voice. The fact that you zeroed in on her being black, no, I zeroed in on you loving her being black, would indicate a condition called racism. You came as such a shock to me. Yeah, again, if you come and look at me or anyone as he must be racist, I must be because you're a moron, right? But here's the thing: people like this, they're gone. They're over. Or I mean, like they're just an embarrassment now. They very nearly had me running to the smelling salts. So somebody comes along and says for me, pre-nigger, seeing self-regard, moral condescension, adolescent sarcasm, and obtuse refusal to acknowledge the nuance in any argument. Well, that's pretty much a good wrap-up. And a pedestrian prose style in service of a lazy liberal less. Okay. Are you an all account for Benjamin Cook from Doctor Who magazine? I think he probably is. So Marlon, prove anything I said incorrect. Just simple. Okay, fine. So I'll skip him. So I pop him and say, Dalekzilla, what a weird, wacky world where you see racists everywhere, except in the place where they are, in the mirror. This casting is tokenism, made to make white affluent people feel good about themselves. Plus, you get to preen yourselves at how virtuous you are when anybody has the gall not to go along with your painfully transparent charade you're engaging in. You don't care about her. Racism, seeing each other as intrinsically evils, it's all just about you and what you need to do to feel good, which in this case is use people's identities as purse puppies. All this really demonstrates how hypocritical you are. I'm guessing you were a fan of Jeremy Corbyn, weren't you? You feel that singing From the River to the Sea makes you a warrior for goodness and standing up to a brutal genocide in Gaza. See how easy you are to completely now, because I nailed him completely, because you're pretty dim. I'll spell it out for you. All the above attitudes which you so clearly hold, are pure racism, which you revel in with glee. Okay, so he replies the same thing as several times weirdly. Rabbi, excuse me very much, but it was you who brought up the Cynthia Anvero's race. No, I brought up how it was important to you, right? But it had nothing whatsoever to do with the portrayal of the character. Just the character's going, you're just ignoring the point. That's racism! You're racist! And that's what genocide. Again, look at this. It's incredible. We all know who is attempting that. Yeah, who has murdered over 15,000 children and babies. Didn't you? England and America murder a lot more babies in Desert Storm. Yeah, maybe. You think? Do you think there was any children and babies in Hiroshima or Nagasaki? Right. Oh, well, what about all the people killed by Assad? What, 200,000? Those children and babies, but you don't care about any of those. You only care about this is because you're told to care about it because you're a moron, right? And you know absolutely nothing. In the history of human conflict, there has never been less civilian casualties, right? And that's according to Hamas numbers. That's just factual. More babies have been born in Gaza than killed over the last year. If that's genocide, then if you think that's genocide, you're a moron. But you see how I nailed it completely. Civilians, and certainly not children, cannot be held accountable for the actions of a terrorist group. Well, except when they go. Well, firstly, they're being protected by the. Secondly, they're being used as human shields. Thirdly, they went, oh yeah, the Jews are all being killed. Fuck yeah, let's torture and rape some more. And that's 100% of them. 100%. Okay. You know, it's like, again, could the people, the babies of Nagasaki, are they responsible for the actions of their leaders? Well, probably their parents said, yeah, let's go and do this, right? Only lawless Nazis would attempt to justify their murders! Such a moron. All right. Then he gets another sock puppet account from somebody else, Rod Blake, apparently. Just came across this, that's a lie. And wow, you didn't just come across this, you didn't get a rise from me. So it took me a day or so to get back to you because I couldn't really give a shit. Couldn't agree more with Dalekzilla here. You are Dalekzilla, you sad cunt. Right? You're obviously him. You came out with blatant racism about it. No, again, Being a black woman, anyway, who cares what they got there? I'll explain it out against them. So firstly, it probably makes your assertion that I'm racist way weaker when in the same post you go on to spew actual racism. And that's why you're spurging out right now, because I'm pointing out your own inherent racism. Once again, this woman was cast not for her talent and ability, which I'm assuming she has in abundance. She was cast to please people like you, white people who want to feel virtuous, who really do little to actually be virtuous. It's tokenism, which is racism. It was you, Dalekzilla, who brought up my distaste with racist tokenism, calling it racist itself. So yes, I referenced it when you responded to it. I responded to you directly. Why do you have a problem with that? It brought out the racism. More overt racism is your anti-Semitism, which I'm assuming is just so deeply ignorant about. You don't even understand. You asked about the most traditional form of anti-Semitism, which the Jews have been persecuted by you Gentiles for centuries. Blood labels. Once again, you're pig ignorant. So probably I have no idea what I'm talking about. In the Middle Ages, people like you would hear that Jews do atrocities to Gentiles, in that case using Christian baby blood, in their religious rituals. So they were okay to hate and attack, which like now you do with glee. Nowadays, the only difference is you say we're doing war crimes and atrocities to Palestinians, which of course is nonsense. Yes, the people of Gaza elected a Jew-hating terrorist group on the platform of murdering Jews. And then when that terrorist organization went on to do just that, eventually starting out with this war, and that's after Gaza was ethnically cleansed of Jews by Israel to make it a Palestinian state because unlike the Israelis, they can't coexist. Civilians and Gaza children and babies die more. A lot less civilians die in the war fought by Israel than they do fought by UK and America. The US and UK and every other nation kills between 4 and 8 civilians to one enemy combatant. Israel has achieved the previous unheard of 1 civilian for every enemy combatant. That's using the massively inflated Hamas numbers. More babies have been born in Gaza over the past year than were killed. Sounds like a pretty poor sort of genocide, doesn't it? But of course, you don't care about Jews, facts and reality. You don't care about hostages still being held and the return of which would end the killing overnight. You just care about, just like you don't care about black people. You just care about you and feeling like you're a good person when you're not. You're a racist, plain and simple. That's the worst thing about wokeness, right? It is intense racism, right? Intense racism that masquerades as virtue, anti-racism. So when was this from? I think this might have been from just before the election. When did this video go out? Hang on, let's have a look. Hang on, I'm going back to my my content. It was actually a while ago now. It was November 11th, the post-election. So it hadn't really hit yet, right? It was still like swirling around in the wokies' heads. You and your racist ideology on the wrong side of history, and that's the great part of this election. That yes, these people are sad they're on the wrong side of history, and they know it, and everybody knows it, right? Because here's the thing: their whole worldview lived downstream of hoaxes. Everything, like Israel's doing a genocide. No, it's a hoax, right? And that it's a disingenuous, lying hoax to defame Jews, but it's a hoax. Right, and once one hoax gets disproved, they all fall apart instantly. Right, you know they said that Harris had a chance. Obviously, she didn't, and they obviously were lied to. And everybody knows they were lied to about Joe Biden being sharp as a tack. Right, over and over and over and over and over again, they've been lied to. Right, again, everybody knows it. Right, everybody knows it. It's and it doesn't work anymore. I think it's just you people rounding up your certainly your wagons and trying to survive. All right, that's just what the U.S. Your racist ideology on the wrong side of the was way to be flushed down the toilet. That's what the U.S. election demonstrated. But have fun screaming into win because that's all you're doing. And weirdly enough, Then they deleted all the comments, right? My name's Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.